Hello, my name is Chris Palmer, and in today's video, some SEO tips on how to build web pages so you can rank #1 on Google. Now, I might have went a little overboard as far as the thumbnail for this particular video, stop blogging, but in a lot of cases, you may need to stop blogging as much or completely cut out blogging altogether because your niche, your product, your service, your brand, and your competition is not blogging and you're not going to rank. So in this video, that's what we're going to walk through. I want to cover a few things that are very important as far as ranking #1 on Google and something that you may or may not be skipping over when deciding how to build your pages. And this is crucial for ranking #1 in 2020. Now, what I really want to point out is you need to see what Google is rewarding. QDD, query deserves diversity method. However, that is 1 or 2 listings on the entire SERP. But for my investment and time, I want a surefire win when I'm trying to rank for a particular keyword. So I've done a few searches, and I've also brought up something that will help you at the end of the video, so stick with me. And I've done some searches that are local. So for this particular search, it's Plumber, New York. Now, as you can see, Google is rewarding home pages primarily. Homepage, homepage, look, homepage, homepage, homepage. So having a blog post or having something for this particular search term would not rank. Now, you may get lucky enough, query deserves diversity, aka might get lucky enough. However, if you want to rank for this particular term, then I would go with home pages. Now let's move on to another search. Now we're doing plumbers and we're doing local, but this applies to all niches, all services, all products. And this is plumber in Miami. I've gone ahead and I've searched. You could do the searches yourself. And what is ranking for this particular term, which is plumber in Miami, much like the other one, plumber in New York, but this particular SERP is calling for service pages. So in order to get in for this particular search, it would be advisable to build out service pages because why? This is what Google is rewarding. Why go against the grain? Now, moving into the next one, and stick with me, I have an excellent tip for you that's going to certainly help you out, but let's move on to this right here. So plumbers near me. Now, obviously you would think, hey, a blog post isn't going to work. Maybe a service post isn't going to work. But what would work for a query like this? And this is still local, and I have another affiliate and or product example next. But they're putting the addresses within the URL. All of their content is going to contain phone numbers and everything related to the near me query. All right, so take a look here, and I'm near Hazleton, so that's what's showing up. That's what Google is rewarding. That's what Google wants to see, and if you want to rank for this particular term, then you're going to need strings within your URL, within your body content, within your alt tags, within your images. It all needs to match. Now, let's move on, because I'm sure you're wondering, but Chris, I'm not local. I don't have a service or a brand. I'm not, a mover or a painter, but maybe you are in the industry of, maybe we're just going to use this, best vacuum cleaner. Now, what is Google rewarding after we've walked through this? So I want you to keep this in mind when you're building out your pages and you want to rank #1 on Google. Google is not ranking the entire website. So each SERP, each page is targeting a specific set of keywords. You have your main or medium tail keywords, and then you're looking to bring in your long tails. So each page is specifically optimized around a particular medium tail keyword in order to bring in some of the other longer tails, and you're going to incorporate those words within your body content and alt text and your H tags in order to start ranking and bringing in traffic for those other secondary words. So I want you to keep that in mind. So for this particular example, they are looking for best of reviews. Now, the rest of the site does not have to be concerned with best of, but for this particular SERP, for this particular search, it has to be best reviews. That's what Google's rewarding. Now you're thinking, well, hey, what if the SERP changes? What if things change? What if I spend all this time working on content, building out my site, putting in my keyword mapping, taking care of all of the necessary steps in order to rank number 1 on Google in 2020. Well, there's an excellent tool out there. I'm not affiliated. I'm not promoting them. I'm not saying they're the best tool, even though it could be a great tool. But what I'm getting at is this. If you take a look here, how can I see ranking history of a given keyword? All right. Now, this particular tool will show you ranking fluctuations for a keyword, so you can take a deep dive in the past and see, hey, has Google been rewarding? And if we go back, for this particular keyword, has it always been home pages? For this keyword, has it always been service pages? For this keyword, has it always been with the address and has the phone number in it pages? Is it a location page? For this, is it always been ultimate best of reviews that's a list post? As you can see, there's tools and tool sets that will help you deep dive, and 9 times out of 10, you will find that most of the SERPs do not change. Google is rewarding a certain type of web page for a query. The algorithms know what the user is going to want to see, so this is what works best for them. So this is going to really help you out when you're building out your pages, when you're building out your content. So remember this, each SERP is different. Each intent of a keyword is different. Google is not going to rank the entire website. It's ranking individual pages. So each SERP is different. Each SERP needs to have its own deep dive of content and how you're going to build your pages in 2020 if you want to continue to rank. So my name is Chris Palmer. If you have any questions regarding how to build pages that will rank in 2020, please feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next How to Build SEO Web Pages video. Have a wonderful day.